Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy SBX, and this topic that I want to discuss about is dark-skinned women versus light-skinned women. Now, this is nothing new, but at the same time, it's still going on today in the society of the black race. Now, I never really talk about stuff like this on a daily basis, or never reconsidered thinking about in my mind until now. So, you know, this shit been going on for me since I was a teenager in high school and also middle school. But the difference was I was in the South. If y'all remember on my videos, and if y'all knew me personally, I I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia for 8 years, and to me, it's like living in Atlanta, everybody is always visual with colors of the person's skin. You know how, oh, the light skinned girl, she look good. Oh, she a red bone. Oh, she a high yellow chick and stuff like that. And as far as dark skinned girls, oh, dark bitch, or she black as hell. She this and this and that. But at the same time, it's like, I really like to I really don't want to put myself in blast, but fuck it, because there's some times in my life that I joke around with people's skin colors, but at the end of the day, I was never discriminated about it. I didn't really give a shit. If you're black, you're black. That's why I look at it. But the issue is, though, is with the women, it's like, I don't get why with the women they feel as if it's an issue to see a guy, or let's say a mother who saw their son and their son is picking the light-skinned girl over the dark-skinned girl, or whatever the case may be. Now, it's like when I watch these documentaries and these TV shows and stuff like that, everybody's praising the light-skinned chick, and the dark-skinned chick, she don't really have no type of, how can I say, any notice. Nobody don't really notice too much about it. But sometimes it's not really true, because there are some good-looking dark-skinned women on the media, like Gabrielle Union, Michelle from Destiny's Child, and there are certain models that are dark skinned too. Now, my opinion, I like both women. Dark skinned women be looking good. Light skinned girls look good too. In fact, I used to hook up with a dark skinned girl back in the days, and and she really liked me. But I didn't really judge her by her skin. I just judged her by just what I feel for her, because there are some times that dark-skinned girls can be ugly and they can be beautiful, and light-skinned women can be ugly and beautiful too, but it's like, my whole perspective, though, is that when it comes to insecure women, they feel like there's something wrong with their skin. Like, for example, my video that I made last year about why women are bleaching their skin to be as light as, Beyonce and Michael Jackson, Mariah Carey, and stuff like that. It's like, I don't like to put black women on blast, like especially dark-skinned women. It's like, it make it seem like dark-skinned women are very insecure. And I've talked to women who are dark-skinned, and they're the same way too. It's a damn shame that they feel this way. And as far as light-skinned people go, in fact, I barely have too many light-skinned friends. It's just, like, brown skin and dark skin, and in between dark and brown, and other ethnics, But my whole issue is that with light-skinned people, there's a stereotype that claims that oh, light-skinned people think they better than us. Light-skinned people are bitches. Or light-skinned people act like their shit don't stink and blah 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 blah. But on the flip side, with large like light-skinned chicks, it's like they have the most delicate skin, beautiful eyes, beautiful lips, beautiful hair. But the reason why they're light skinned is because they carry the white gene. Like they have Caucasian in them. So it gives them a path to look this way. But um, also for brown skinned people too, if you're light brown like that, you could possibly have other roots carried, you know? But I can't really explain too much about history because our history is a little fucked up. But you know, the whole perspective though, it's like you can be from a different ethnic, white, Latino, Asian, stuff like that, and you could be light skinned. But I mean, to be honest though, I love exotic women, you know, and as much as I like Latinas and Brazilian women, and I also like Blasian women too, and also women from like Samoa, like the Samoan women. I like exotic brown skin women, dark brown, light brown. It don't matter. I love brown women. So it kind of makes me feel like I already ended my conclusion about what would I prefer better between light skin and dark skin women. But you know, the whole thing is that yes, I like brown skinned women more, but it doesn't mean I hate black women, like dark skinned black women. Because like I said, I hooked up with a dark skinned girl before, and you know, she was attractive. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I'd rather choose whatever I like to choose. But it doesn't make me less shallow. It doesn't let me. It's not less of a. I'm not choosing my own standards, you know. But back to what I was saying though, it's like the standards of what's going on with black people is that everybody wants the light skinned people because they look beautiful. They look like this. But not all light skinned people have the personality that really makes us want them. You know, well, sophisticated and blah blah blah. Because there are sometimes light skinned people act like bitches, and there's sometimes dark skinned dudes and people act like bitches. That's just how it is. It's just human nature. That's it. It's just that everybody's so colorblind and just prefers whatever. And not only that, you're bleaching your skin, you're changing your hair, you put on these you put like dye and textures in your hair to look blonde and brown and shit like that to, you know, look white or whatever the case may be, you know. But the whole thing is like, why are we against each other even though we are the same race? We're in the same group. And it's fucked up how African Americans act this way and act insecure. You know, you don't see white people judging between the tanner ones and the super white ones. You don't see the Latinos doing that. You don't see the Asian between the whitest or the tannest or the yellow ones. You don't see the Indians judging people by the darkest between the lightest ones, the brownest ones, and the darkest ones. And also with the Brazilians as well too. And now, you know, if y'all out there, you know, shout out to my Brazilians, EIE. It's like when I look at Brazilian people and talk to them, it's that they love black. And it doesn't matter how black you are. The blacker the better. And then the thing is, it's like Brazilian people all in general take pride of just being black. It don't matter. They're going to stick to it. And they don't feel no type of insecurity at all about being black. You know, they going to stick by it, you know, versus how America, you know, they will say, oh, I'm black and I'm proud. but you got some insecure ass people. But I guess it's all over the world. But in America, color is a fucking issue. It's been an issue for so freaking long, you know. But like I said, who wants to discriminate people by their skin color? So it's like a second generation of racism. And again, it's like black people versus black people. It's like black on black crime, but discriminating, but in a fucked up way, you know? But I can't really say how retarded it is, but we all people, and whoever's eyes is who's pretty, you know? Because, there's sometimes that people choose the dark-skinned people, and people choose the light-skinned people, or the brown-skinned people, or Lano, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whoever is pretty, whoever you want to be with, you be with, And, that's just how it is. I don't really judge women by their skin. If I see their skin, it's like, yeah, they look beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But if their personality ain't shit, then why would I fuck with them? There's some good light-skinned women, there's some bad. Same thing between brown and dark black. This is how it is, But life is full of colors and full of flavors, and people have their own desire. Now, like I said, people want to choose whoever they want to choose. If they really are color struck with whoever, then if you like light skinned women and you don't have no problem with dark skinned women, that's cool. It's your preference. And let's go back to what I'm saying in my other videos. Everybody has a preference of what type of people they like, if it's light skin or dark skin. But sometimes preference makes people look insecure because they want to be with this person because of whatever the case may be. But it's too much to elaborate. But in the end, we choose what we like because if there's beautiful women out there, we choose to have. So I pretty much wrapped my conclusion on what type of women I like. But I like I said, I like black women. They're good on my book. But I also like Latinas and also some type of, dark Asian type of chicks. Like they carry like African roots, Blasian type women, But there's a small percentage of Blasian women in this world, but that doesn't mean that they don't exist. But like I said, I prefer a woman who I believe is attractive and likes me for me. Not just, oh, she's a bad bitch. That's just being very shallow and very stupid. So, I just wish in today's society everybody stop judging people by their skin besides, their personality. Everybody is the same. Everybody is no different, but yet at the same time, nobody's better. So, anyways, y'all, I'm gonna wrap this video up. So, anybody, let me know what y'all think about this topic. Give me your opinion on who would you want to date more. Would y'all want to date the light-skinned women or the dark-skinned women, or neither, or whatever ethnic type of women out there? So, like I said, people, leave your comment, and I'm gonna wrap this up. So, comment, like, and subscribe. I am out. Peace.